smiley little face. Oh, hello. No. You're so fat. He's so fat. Stop it. Sit. Good boy. You just can't control yourself. You just can't control yourself. Hello, Tommy. No. Sit. Sit. Good boy. So I'm finally leaving, finally going down to the horses. I'm just riding Pino today because after what happened to Dexter yesterday, I figured it's not the best day to bring him back into work. And Jerry is now on his break. I might just do like a little photo shoot ride or something with him for Christmas at some stage. And that's really all I'm doing. I'm gonna see if I could get out some jump wings and put them down in the jumping grass paddock or up in the new arena. But I need some trot poles in the new arena. I also really wanted to pressure hose my car because after I did the float yesterday, I'm like, oh, clean, I like it. And I'm wearing my Cavaliero Toscanas today. They're so nice. I love this part of them. That part is the coolest. They did so well with the design, I reckon. But I just hate how they're only knee patch, but they're not too slippery. But I'm just gonna ride Pino in my jump saddle because I don't like really riding with no knee patches. I mean, I don't really like riding with breeches with only knee patches dressage. I just find it so much harder to stay with, well, it's just very slippery, whereas I can kind of just go half seat and it doesn't really matter if I'm sitting in the saddle with my jump saddle. And yeah, my heels are a lot more down. I don't have to worry about my seat as much, so that's why I like these only for jumping. And yes, so that's what I'm doing with the pond today. And apparently Dexter's welts and stuff have all gone down. There's just like one or two, or there was this morning, on his neck or on his like kind of throat. I'm considering it might have been a bee because that's the sort of reaction horses sometimes have to bees or wasps. So interesting either way, and very nerve-wracking for all involved last night. So it's been windy and this happened. Now he just like looks super seedy, like way seedier than before. Sorry, Santa, didn't put you up very well apparently. Whoops.
Hold up.
How deep can we go? 'Cause you're pulling me straight down.
So we're finally putting in the posts around this bottom arena thing so I can like free lunge them in here, which will be really, really hello, good. And I'm just about to feed these two, and I'm going to put Jerry in the electric fenced off place because he hasn't been there since I built it, and I thought it wasn't working, but it actually is, so that's good. He's like, hell yeah, ready to be a fat pig. So this is incredibly, incredibly annoying, and I'm going to feel so guilty, but I can't actually ride today now because it's gotten too late and I still have to drop wine off like an hour away for my dad. And basically I was trying to do Vlogmas, I was trying to upload day 12, and then fully uploaded, I was like, hell yeah. And then half of the files were missing for some reason. I don't know why iMovie made them become missing. But yeah, now I have to try get that uploaded tonight, and I'm currently uploading the day after because I had them both ready to upload. So I'm doing the day after while that one exports, and then we've got to start that upload. So that's what I was doing, and that's why it's now so late, but I have to leave soon to go to that one. So I'm like, no, I literally have my breeches on and my tall boots on, and I was like ready to go ride, and then that all happened and I've run out of time now, and I'm gonna feel so guilty about it because whenever I can't ride, whenever I don't ride, I feel like the worst horse owner in the world. So yeah, I might do the rest of the Q&A today, just finish it off so you guys aren't like incredibly bored with this boring vlog. So yeah, I'll do the rest of the Q&A, and then that'll be it for the Q&As in Vlogmas, and you'll have some like decent ones. But I feel like the last few Vlogmases haven't been too bad. I hope you guys have been enjoying them. But I wonder when the fencing guys came. It's so funny, they just like turn up randomly with a tractor, and they just like drive in on that, and I was like, who's this person on this tractor that I don't know, the other day. And stressed horse, stressed because Jerry's out and he isn't. But yeah, they just turn up and then they just gradually start doing it. I don't know why that one is in there. Like, what? I hope they're not putting a post in there. That would not be ideal. But yeah, it'll be really good because it's on the outside of the Agapanthers, so the Aggies will stop them from like hitting the fence, or like you wiping your leg off on the fence. And also it'll be good in winter. I could use it as kind of like a sand paddock because it gets so muddy in here, so I could put one of them in there and then one of them in like a temporary yard like that. So just to get the feel, and I'm gonna do a barn tour as soon as this is finished, because the one up there is finished now, this one's almost finished, and then in January I'll do a barn tour, so get keen for that. Most of you guys on my vlog channel would understand how the kind of how everything is situated. Like, they're the old horses and Pino, these are Dexter and Jerry obviously, and then this arena, the other arena up the top, and then just like stables, float, feed shed thing, and then like manure heap, which we put them in a trailer, and then we put the trailer around the paddock to make the grass good. Okay, so this is what Dexter looks like now, and I'm not sure if you guys remember or watched last night's Vlogmas, or part of yesterday's Vlogmas, where he was just completely covered in welts and his face was completely swollen. It's hard to believe that was literally like 24 hours ago, and now he looks completely fine, just dirty. It's crazy how fast those things flare up, and how fast those things can go down. Like, it's insane. Poor boy, he couldn't even eat. You stay away from whatever made you do that. You've got a bloody mark on your bum, you silly boy. Was that Jerry? What a meanie. So it's gonna rain during the night, so I put baby's rug on just because he's skinny and I want him to stay warm. Hey? I'm realizing now that I should have just done like a question a day and just like shouted out someone. Anyway, now I'm doing part 3 of the Q&A that I was doing. A.C. Finch asks, do you have any advice for someone going to the US to be a working student? What essentials should someone bring? Do you have any regrets from your time as a working student, and any things you wish you had done? And she's heading to the US in February, so that's why she asked. Well, the essentials for a working student is you do have to bring like at least probably 4 or 5 pairs of breeches. I bought some over there because I didn't even know where I was going when I got to the US. I didn't know where I was going to be working. But I brought my helmet, I brought some breeches, I brought some polos and my favorite riding shirts. And I bought a pair of Ariat tall boots. So that was really good because they're all the things really that you need. And aside from that, it's just the things that you normally bring when you travel. And February, I feel like it'd still be really cold in the US, so you might want to either line up going to an outlet or something, going to your favorite outlet store or whatever, and grab some winter clothes, because I feel like it's almost more, the best thing to do, I feel like, is save up to go to the US and then buy everything over there, because everything is so cheap in the US compared to here. And I've only really noticed that recently. Like, it sucks because I'm like, oh, I wish I bought more things in the US even though I bought lots, because I always just feel like, wow, everything is so much cheaper over there, why didn't I get more? And that's every time that I've gone. And so I'd say don't bring so much stuff as save up and buy some stuff over there, because you'll probably be able to use it for years and years. And I know a lot of nice brands like Tommy Hilfiger and that have spray jackets and stuff that would be good for that sort of February weather in the US. And what I wish that I had done over there is I wish I stayed a bit longer perhaps. I wish I could have gone to more shows and all that. But the thing is, sorry, the cat is rubbing herself on my tripod. But the thing is that I felt like I needed a lot more breaks than I got, because I just worked like a couple of weeks flat out and I didn't do anything else except for work. So I felt like if I had a break, or like a day's break, it would have been a lot nicer, and it would have been good to have a car over there. But I would not want to drive in the US because I don't trust myself to not just head off on the left hand side of the road, and that would not be fun. The .dreams.team asks, how much wood can a woodchuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I hate that. And she also asks, favourite equestrian brand and non-equestrian brand for yourself, and favourite brand of tack. Favourite equestrian brand would have to be Equestrian. I love Equestrian so much, and I feel like kind of like I discovered it like to an extent, because I didn't know about anyone who had Equestrian anything until a little bit after I bought some, because I remember looking back at a friend's photo and she had like some really nice breeches on that just had like a single black strip down the side, and I was like, that looks so good, I want some similar to that. So I looked on a bunch of websites and found Equestrian breeches that had that triangle on, and I was like, well, that's close enough, it's got slang on the leg. And so I bought them, and they happened to be the breech brand that literally blew up. And I was counting when I was in the US and I was at a jumper show, I was literally counting the number of riders that had those exact breeches, and it was like probably 80%, which is like insane. I just love all their stuff, it's so comfy, but I just wish their jackets were a bit tighter fitting, because then I would have bought one or two. But yeah, I have a fair amount of Equestrian things now, but not too much, and it's definitely picked up now. Now a lot of Australian places have started stocking it. Favourite non-equestrian brand for myself, I would say like Tommy Hilfiger or something. But Tommy Hilfiger I kind of use for my riding stuff, so that doesn't help. And then all my like nice clothing, it all is just like different brands, and they're like cheap brands that are available at Australian stores, like direct from China or one of those sort of supply countries. And so I don't really know. I did get a bit from Anthropology, and I love their stuff so much. And I also really like Calvin Klein a lot, like a lot. So probably those sort of brands, like kind of mid, not super high-end brands, Although anthropology probably is a bit high end. Not sure. Hayley_equine, what is your favourite thing personality wise about Dexter, Jerry and Pengu? Or Pino now. Because he's cute and he has a little whine. Dexter is just that he's such a little baby in his brain. I hate it, I love it, I don't know, it's hard to say. He is so cute, but he's also such a pain, so I don't know. Jerry is probably that he's just like super quiet and just such a cool kid. Just, I get along really well with him. And then Pino is probably, again, he's so quiet. I don't know his personality like as well, obviously, as my other two. Because he's like a baby, you don't really know their full personality until they're like 7 or 8, whereas when they're like his age, like 4, you're not too sure exactly what they're gonna be like when they're a bit older and they've gone through the 5-year-old like boisterous stage. So we'll have to see. Amelia.Lima says, what goals in the future do you want to do with Dexter and Jerry? What tips do you have for people who want to start events? Goals in the future with Dex and Jerry, I think I've already answered that in other parts, but it's basically like I want Dexter to do 120 and I want Jerry to do a CIC 1-star. And they're like the kind of close, kind of like, but still got to work for them goals. And then what tips do you have for people who want to start eventing? I guess just do it. There's not really anything more than just like, anything better than just like going out and doing it and just like making sure you know your stuff and making sure you're like all round, have been training sort of thing, but mainly dressage. Dressage is of course always the most important thing to train. And yeah, I like very rarely jump compared to dressage and flat work training, and I do a lot more trail riding than jumping and all that sort of thing, because I just feel like it's so important to get the horse moving correctly and progressing. Luna Rose 94 says, what are your short and long-term goals for each of your horses? I've already kind of answered that, and I previously kind of answered that, so you can hit up the other parts if you really want to know. But yeah, it's basically what I said, just the previous question, and then maybe like 2-star, and maybe like see how far Dex goes, maybe go to the Royal Adelaide show. And she says, I love you so much and have been watching you for years and I'm so proud of you. You go girly. Thank you so much. So nice. TMF.eventing says, how do you persevere when setbacks occur? Also, I love you and your pony so much. You're an amazing rider. Thank you so much. Once again, very nice. What is your name? Thank you, Tamika. And thank you, who's Luna? Luna? Is your name Luna? Oh, not sure. I don't feel like I've ever had to really push myself to persevere. I feel like I've never had setbacks so bad that I just have never wanted to continue. Like, I've had a lot of eliminations previously and stuff like that, but I never like giving up on something that I enjoy. For inspiration, I love watching other videos, like other riding videos. They're really good, and listening to motivational speakers and freaking cat. And I listen to a lot of Dale Carnegie, which is like How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, and that is like really good for just like living in the moment and just not really caring about what happens in the future or in the past. But that being said, I do very often do it very subconsciously. Nin9663 says, how do you think 2017 went for you in horse-wise? I guess 2017 I didn't get to ride for like 3 months, which really sucked, and I progressed a lot in January because I was doing so much because I wasn't going to be able to ride for 3 months. So after I did that, it was like so good, and I really got the horses going after I came back in, like after I stopped work and could ride them again. It was so good because I was like, yes, I am so motivated But then the thing was, because I went like so full force into it and I was trying to like work with horses every single day, like all day, and I wasn't getting paid for it, it was like, oh, it was getting tiring. And then I did narrow court with Jerry and we came third, and then we did Mildura and I came second. And unfortunately, I just kept screwing up like something. Like I could have been first, but no. I could have been like second, but no, it was third. And so in Ranella as well, we were third, and I think we were placed first after Mildura dressage and first after Ranella dressage. So we did really well dressage wise in 2017, but I just got to go to a lot more events next year because I feel like I did like none, and I did do like, I only did like 3, oh no, and combined training, so I only did like 4 this year, which sucks. But also it was so good going to the US and riding so many different horses, and I'd love to do something like that again, like for sure. It's just the money that you don't get, which is the problem. And she also asked, how do you think Pingu is doing and how long do you think it will be before you start doing things with him? Yeah, he's going really, really well. I took a little while to kind of figure him out because he can be a little bit unpredictable. Like you won't expect things, like you won't expect him to spook because he never spooks, and then he'll spook quite badly. So it's just that sort of thing, but for sure now I can start doing things with him. I've already done like a freshman's show jumping, and I took him to his first ever cross-country training day. Like I've done some stuff with him before. I just want to get him out and doing some more like actual competitions, not just like freshmen's, like little stuff. So that's what we'll be doing very soon. I just don't want to skip out on the dressage because I feel like I did that too much with Dex after I got him going jumping. I feel like I just let him potter along doing very simple dressage and didn't ever really ask him for more stuff like counter canter and all that. I don't want to cop out on that sort of thing with Pino, and I tried to enter him in a dressage competition, his first one, which was literally just going to be a walk trot test, but then it was cancelled due to hot weather, so I didn't get to go this month, as you guys who have watched all my vlogs would know, and so I didn't get to go there. I was trying to do things with him, but then that happened, and next time he'll definitely be ready for like prelim tests, like a cantering as well test, because he's come a long way now in his canter and in getting more forward, because he was not going forward before. Tegan.Basford says, what are your future goals with Pingu? With him, it's hard to say because he's so young now, as I said, but I just want to do young horse dressage. That's my main goal early next year with him, which is just like a prelim test. And then after that, I could definitely just go and do some lower level eventing because he's such a bold horse and he'll pretty much jump anything. I'm a lot more confident with him jumping than dressage because he just doesn't really like going forward for dressage. Rachel.Equestrian asks, what has been the hardest thing to learn in your riding? I reckon the hardest thing has been getting the right spot in jumps. Like when I'm jumping, I'm so bad with chipping or going a little bit long. That has for sure been the hardest thing for me to learn, and I kind of really ripped into myself about it a lot in 2014 and 15 because I was just like, what am I doing? I can never get the right spot. And more or less it was just because Jerry wasn't completely forward, and it's a lot easier to get the right spot when your horse is forward, which is why I get it pretty much all of the time with Dexter, but not very much of the time with Jerry. ESW.Equestrian, who was your first horse? It was Charlie. He's now 27 and he is a off the track or trialed racer. He was never really actually raced. And I don't know why, because he was a fairly speedy horse, but I reckon Jerry and Dexter are actually faster than him. Vienna_Douglas, how high have you ever jumped? I don't know. I will insert the photo of what I think is the highest I've jumped, and that was bloody high. So probably like 1.45 m or something like that. And at Mildura's 5 bar this past year, we jumped 1.40 meters. So either one of those jumps, not sure. I didn't measure the one in my lesson, so I'm not too sure, but it was big. Scarlet_Cooler. Sorry, I probably just ruined that last name. Cheapest Aussie site for tack and rugging gear. I'm not sure. I don't usually shop around Australian websites. Usually I just go overseas because I just think their stuff is a lot higher quality. Like international stuff is a lot higher quality and I like the look of it better, and sometimes the postage is only like $40, and when I buy like enough stuff it doesn't really matter. So that's what I usually do. Angelic_performance_horses. What level of riding do you ultimately want to get to, and how did you get your sponsors? I want to go as far as I can. I don't know. I know I'll never give up my riding because I'm just too stubborn with this sort of thing, and I think I would go insane. So I don't know how far I'll get to. I don't want to say I want to go to the Olympics. I'm not that sure of myself. And I don't want to say that and then somehow not go and say all along that I was going to do it and then never do it, because I want to do the things that I say I'll do. But I always used to say that as like a younger rider. And I got my sponsors because of friends and because of my trainer and because of my parents and because of YouTube. So yeah, mainly YouTube really. If I didn't have YouTube, I probably wouldn't have any sponsors aside from my parents, like their winery. So yeah, that's how I got sponsors. It's just really putting out feelers. A lot of different people will like contact companies, but I don't really bother to do that because once again, I don't know, it's just me being a bit unsure of myself and being like, I don't want to seem like I think I'm that good, if that makes sense. C.Chelsea1800, are you planning on doing YouTube for a long time? Well, I've almost done it for half my life. So yeah, I've started in 2008 and I've been putting out videos every single year, every single month pretty much, for almost a decade. So yeah, I'll continue doing YouTube. Blob_the_cob_fan, stunning, thank you, such a nice photo. Power_spam, how did you get Dex manageable out at competitions? Also any tips for hardening hooves? He's never really not manageable. I do sometimes ride him, then get off him and ride him again to make him slightly like just chill. But I always have to put him in a yard because he pulls back from the float and like goes running after Jerry. It's just being really smart about it, kind of trying to keep them separate but also together. He is a very clingy horse, so that really doesn't help. That's the only real thing that he has an issue with, and he can get like very, very forward all of a sudden, which is sometimes when I ride him more than less, which is a bit strange. I'm still figuring it out because in the long run he hasn't really been to that many shows. And hardening hooves, I think my farrier said use betadine. That's what he's always said, just like put some like betadine on it. Okay, helmet. Alina.and.woody. What is the weirdest horse name you have come across? I don't know. I don't feel like I know that many weird horse names. I mean, I have a friend that like has one called Taxi. I guess that's like kind of a cute, weird horse name. But I don't know too many like around the place. So I guess that's mine. Olivia.sav. Are you keeping Dex for a long time? I haven't really decided. It depends. In the long run, I don't think I could keep 3 horses. So it just really depends who comes along and who I click with the best. Whether it's Dexter or whether it is Pino. But it depends how Dexter pulls up at ag shows and things like that, because that's what I want to do with him. And if I find out that I really enjoy show jumping a lot, it just depends a lot on if I can click with him. I feel like I need to work out what is going on in his brain a lot, because I am not sure that often right now. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow.